Trading with profit consistency. Even though it might seem a distant reality for you right now, it is possible. And even if you are not able to do it till now, I assure you, you can stop the struggle. And in fact, you can start trading with consistent profit sooner than you think. And if you don't believe it, today I am going to show you how to do it. And if you pay close attention, some of you might be able to set your first steps already today during this workshop. And I have seen a major breakthroughs happening before, so don't be surprised if this happens to you today. Welcome everyone, and I'm happy you could make it. And let's get started, because what I have for you today, it is too important to let you wait. To make sure that you are getting value out of your time today, it is important to know who is this workshop for. And if you want to stop giving away your gains and start making consistent profit, you are in the right place. If you want to stop breaking your rules and you want to build consistency, you came to the right place. And if you want to stop acting on your emotions and start taking right trading decisions, perfect. I'm glad you could make it. And if you are here, most likely you will recognize these situations. And tell me, does any of these scenarios sound familiar to you? So you can focus on trading well and stay disciplined for a while. But then in a matter of seconds, just one day, you just lose it completely and give back away all your profits. Or maybe you have a strategy and you see others making money with it, but somehow you just cannot make it work for you. In fact, you don't really trust it at this point anymore. Or maybe you plan your trade, but once you enter it, you just get fearful, you cut your winners short and let the losers run. Or maybe you promise to yourself to wait patiently for your setup, but then when you see the price moving, you just give in to impulse and break the rules, to jump into the trade without any plan. Or maybe you get impatient when there is no clear setup. You just start trading out of boredom. And last but not least, you get frustrated or angry when you lose money and start revenge trading, just simply to make it back. If those sounded familiar to you, would you say that these are the problems you're struggling with and that stop you from making consistent profit? So fear of missing out, lack of discipline, overtrading, maybe overthinking, breaking the rules, and because you don't trust your strategy and you cannot control yourself and your emotions, you don't have self-confidence and you just trying to win. And there might be more, but this gives a pretty good picture of what you might be struggling with, right? Well, you are not alone, because 95% of traders struggle with the same problems. And they also fail within the very first year. And some analysts say it is more than this. Others say it's less. Whatever the actual number is, one thing is very clear: most traders fail. And it is not a surprise. You know why? Because first, most of the solutions that they are trying in order to solve their problem is only a band-aid. But most importantly, everyone is focusing on solving the wrong problem. And how can you find a solution if you don't know what the real problem is? So let me ask you this. Are you looking for a band-aid, or are you looking to solve the cause of your problem? If you had the choice between the red and the blue pill, the red pill being just a quick fix to your problems, just to take the pain temporarily away, and the blue pill being the true fix, once and for all solving your problems. The reason why I'm asking this is because the solution I am offering has lasting results. The solution that will take you out of the losing cycle for good and put you on the way to consistent profit. It is the temporary fix that keeps you in the cycle. Because if you don't take care of the source of the problem, the symptoms will keep coming back. So which color do you choose? Red or blue pill? If you have chosen the red pill, this workshop is not for you, and you might want to save yourself some time. If you have chosen the blue pill, you are in the right place. Let's dive directly into it. So all these problems that we mentioned and that most traders are struggling with, in fact, are not your problems. They might seem like your problems, but these are just symptoms of the problem you have. And the question is, if these are symptoms, what is then the real problem? And of course, what is the solution that will solve the problem and take all these symptoms away? And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today in the next 45 minutes. Today, you will learn how to break the cycle of losing your trading gains so that you can stop struggling, become profitable, and start working on reaching your goals. You will learn how to stop emotions from controlling you during trading so that you can make decisions that are in your best interest. And we'll talk about why is it such a struggle to stay disciplined and how you can change that so that you can stop taking the unnecessary losses and build consistency. What you can expect today is to get a simple formula or a framework that you can use yourself to end your struggle and put yourself on the path to trading profits. And it doesn't matter if you have been trading for a year or for 10 years, because what I will share today applies to everyone who is trading, to everyone who wants to become consistently profitable and who is committed to achieve their goal. I will offer you a shortcut, but don't expect any BS here. A shortcut means that my formula will save you time, but you need to go through the process. You need to be prepared to do the work. I will guide you through it, but I am not dragging you through it. And as I said, it is a lasting solution, not just a temporary fix. And the last thing, nothing that I will share today is just a theory or some kind of fluff that might or might not work. This is the exact formula that I have used for myself years ago to get out of the failing cycle and to generate consistent trading income. This is what I have used to help other traders that I coached to change the course of their trading in a very short time. And for those of you who do not know me, I am Agnieszka Wood, and I am far from a wonder kid. At least I wasn't when it came to trading. I opened my trading account in 2010, but I started trading seriously just 8 years ago. And pretty soon after the initial and very brief success, I took some substantial losses, and there I was, stuck in a cycle of fear, hope, and greed. You know the drill, right? My emotions were taking my trading decisions for me, and I was losing more money than I should have. And I was stuck in that cycle for nearly 3 years until I took some time to regroup, look at the problems I had, and take steps. That's when I realized that it was not my trading strategy that was causing me to cut my winners short out of fear, giving my profits away because I refused to get out of a losing trade, and overtrade because I desperately wanted to get it right. I knew also that if I wanted to continue trading, something had to be done, because I was not only losing money, but this situation was impacting my self-esteem, my health, and how I felt waking up and going to bed every single day. I was very determined to solve the problem, and since I was successful in every other domain in my life, I definitely did not want to give up trading, because why wouldn't I succeed in that, right? Which, by the way, that attitude, as I found later on in the process, was one of the things that was sabotaging my trading. The irony of it all was that I was already a life coach for many, many years, and life was putting me to test, asking me to become my own coach. And it took me about a year to figure out the steps that I had to take. And I was fortunate enough that I have studied and practiced NLP, which is the neuro linguistic programming, for a long time by then. A science that enables you to change your behavior in a way that it supports your goals using the relation between neurological processes and behavior patterns gained through life experience. And that provided me with the right tools to make the change I needed to make. And in the first 6 months, immediately after I went through that process, I doubled my account value. And as you can imagine, after being stuck in a losing cycle for so long, I was very skeptical. I was wondering if this change will last, but it only got better from there. And I have been now consistently profitable over 4 years. And currently, I am living from trading. And my win-lose ratio is about 70 to 80% winning trades, and my profit factor is through the roof. After I saw the lasting results of the steps I took, I started guiding other traders through the same process. And now in my signature coaching program, The Confident Trader, in 90 days, I take them through the transformation from being stuck in their sabotaging trading habits that cause them to fail over and over again, to following the trading plan and generating consistent profit. And I know that if you follow the framework that I am about to share with you and put the work in, just like my students, you will start getting the results you want. So let's get back to the problem. The true problem is that most traders act against their own interests. And that's because of their expectations. Most traders have expectations that are disconnected from reality, from what's achievable and what's doable, like making $1 million in a month while trading 5K account, for example. But the bigger issue here is that those expectations are not aligned with your intentions as a trader, but with your beliefs. And the result of this misalignment is the main reason why you cannot control the impulses while trading and why you cannot stick to your plan. For example, if you believe and therefore expect to win every time you take a trade and you lose, you will start overtrading so that you can prove yourself right. The same way, if you believe you are a terrible trader, you will expect to lose and you always get what you expect. And there is so much more to it. These are just very simple examples, but beliefs are not only a very strong factor behind everything you do, but they also decide what we see. They sort of fog our vision. They make you see what you expect to see. And that's why oftentimes you think that you see a setup and take a trade, but then when you look at it later on, you just simply cannot explain what you saw on the chart and what made you make the trade. Beliefs are nothing else than thoughts, really. We create beliefs based on what we decide to think about what happens to us and around us. What we like, what we don't like, how things are, what's good, what's not good. And that becomes our reality. Those thoughts become our truth. And at some point, we feel so strong about what we think that we identify ourselves with these thoughts and think of them in terms of who we are. And the more you repeat a certain experience and therefore the thought, the stronger your belief becomes. And so after taking a loss over and over again, you might be telling yourself, I'm a terrible trader, or I'm a loser. I'm never going to make it. And you might not even be realizing that repeating this ruminating thought to yourself is limiting your ability to take a trade with the intention to win it. And we have plenty of beliefs and we keep making them stronger every day. And not all beliefs are limiting us, obviously. There are some empowering ones. That's why many traders are very successful in their career, right? However, not all beliefs that work in daily life can be used to support us in trading. For example, if you believe that you have to work hard to make money, that belief is not very helpful in trading, and it is going to sabotage you, because most of the time you have to sit on your hands to make money trading. And so there are beliefs that create expectations that are not aligned with your intentions of becoming a trader for a living. And they are causing you to act against your interest. And it's a matter of identifying them and stopping them from sabotaging you. So let's pause here for a second. Ask yourself, what thought keeps coming back in your trading? This could be about money, about trading in general, stock market, yourself. What thought you keep repeating to yourself when you are trading? And now take that thought and ask yourself, how come that you believe it? How do you know it's true? What is the reason that you think it is true? And is there any benefit for you to believe it? Maybe it gives you a certain feeling that you like, or maybe it helps you to avoid taking responsibility. So now then ask yourself, what is it costing you to hold on to the thought? Is it costing you money? Is it costing you stress maybe? The problem number 2 is the focus. The focus on the outcome instead of the process. And maybe you have heard before that where your attention goes, your energy flows. And how much energy you put into something decides about the results you get. So it is extremely important what you are focusing on while trading. And usually in our daily life, we do things differently. For example, when we want a new car, so in order to get it, we put our energy into finding the brand we want, the specification we like to have, and then we look at the price maybe and who is offering the best value for money, right? So we focus a lot on the process and we keep our options open. And yes, we do want the result. We do want that car, but we put our focus on and energy into the process. But in trading, most of traders are so focused on making money that they don't even consider how they are going to get it, how they are going to get the consistent profit that they want. Just ask yourself, do I even have a trading plan? Do you know exactly what steps you are going to take in the next 12 months in order to get to your goal? And there are 2 problems that arise from focusing on the end result and not the process. One is narrowing your vision. Narrowing your vision makes you oblivious to anything that might need your attention on your way to your goal. That there might be some things in your process that need to be adjusted. And sometimes very small adjustment has a big impact on the end result. But you're not seeing it because all you see is the money that you need to make. And you can tell very easily if a trader focuses on the process or the money that he wants to make by looking if he plans his trades, if he journals his trading day and takes lessons from it. Or is he only looking at the P&L while he's in a trade and at the end of the day and just hopes for the best the next day? The second problem that comes from focusing on the result instead of the process is losing control over the mental triggers that are causing you to react impulsive and make decisions based on emotions. Because if your intention is not with how you trade, but how much money you will make or lose with that trade, your thoughts are going to take over the process completely and trigger all kinds of emotions and start making the trading decisions for you. And according to neuroscientists, most of our actions are in fact reactions. Over 90% of what we do is simply reacting to triggers. It's like executing a pre-written program. So if you focus not what is happening in the moment, here and now when you trade, you are just completely giving your control away. and you will be simply reacting to triggers. And I go much deeper into this during the Confident Trader program and teach you how to keep your attention and focus on the process. We even dig deeper into the triggers and change some of the programming. And the third problem source are the tools that most traders are not using. Most traders focus on strategy, technical indicators, trading platform, the number of monitors they have, hot buttons, but they completely ignore the very powerful tools that they have to their disposal. They are right there and they're completely free, but not many are using it. And in fact, you cannot blame them because the trading education industry is not exactly teaching you how to use them. In fact, the main focus of teaching trading is on the system, that is the strategy and the technical side of trading. But everyone agrees that that is just 20% of your success. And just imagine you're trying to lose weight, okay? And your dietitian is telling you to limit your carbs to 20%. But instead, you go home and you put 80% carbs into every meal. How soon do you think you would achieve your goal? Would you even get close to it? So if you are trying to change your current situation, but don't use the right tools, you are setting yourself up for failure. So what are the tools that you have to your disposal? It's your mind and your body. They are extremely powerful tools and completely free. You can train your mind to work for you. And considering your trading struggle right now, you are letting it work against you, which means that you are not using the power you have. You are looking outside for different strategies, but you have the best tools right in front of you. When you learn how to direct your thoughts onto what you want, how to still your mind when you need to focus and be present, and how let the thoughts that are now not serving you go away, you can make changes in life that you don't even dare to dream of now. Your body, on the other hand, is the best indicator you will ever have. It knows long before your brain knows if there is a threat. Some say call it a gut feeling, but it is in fact so much more than that. It is being alert and learning to listen to what signals the body gives you. And yes, you can buy a heart rate monitor and use it in front of your screen, but why would you? You already have so much more sophisticated tool. And then you can let these two, the mind and your body, work together and support each other. And I don't think I need to explain this. I think everyone have experienced before that you can influence your state of mind with physical stimulation. And you can also make yourself feel good or bad or sick just by thinking certain thoughts, right? Okay, so now we have the source of the problem. So let's look at the solutions. How can you solve these problems that you have? And here I want to share with you the framework that I mentioned before and that I used to get myself out of the losing cycle, and now my students are using in their trading. The IT factor. It consists of 3 steps that will take you through the transformation from where you are right now in your trading to consistency of profits. And the first step is alignment. It's the step where you align your beliefs with your intentions as a trader for a living. Here you are making sure that none of the beliefs is sabotaging your trading. You identify them, you neutralize them, you change them. The second step is the step where you learn how to use the tools and resources that you have to your disposal. And the major part of it is using the power of your body and mind to work for you. Considering the trading has very high stakes for most people, it is key knowing how to bring yourself back to balance, to stay poised in the midst of a storm, how to deal with big losses, but also big gains. so that they don't get into your head and make you act irrational and cause stress on your body. And you can train yourself to do it. It is sort of exercising, but then inside, so inner-sizing. And the third and the last step is the performance. This is where you learn how to put your best trading performance. You plan your steps to your goal. You learn to recognize what obstacles might come on your way, such as sabotaging thoughts and your triggers, so that you can be ahead of them and be prepared. So you can choose your action instead of reacting to impulses. This way, you can focus on the process and simply follow your trading plan. This framework, the IT factor, stands for intentional trading and is the most effective way to create consistent trading income. And that's because it addresses the real problem that is causing the impulsive trading behavior and repetitive excessive losses. It teaches you how to trade in alignment with your intention to become a trader for a living and always act in your best interest. It's about trading with a deeper level intention to succeed. And that helps you stick to your plan that results in consistent profit. Remember, no one can predict the market consistently. It is all about odds, statistics, probabilities, and avoiding the risk of ruin. And for that reason, no matter how much theory you will learn, how many technical indicators you will use, and how much experience you have, your trading success will still depend on how consistently you will be able to execute your plan. Oh, yes. And I promise to give you the one thing that will directly change the way you control emotions during trading. The easiest and the most effective way to control your emotions is to bring yourself back to center. Most of the time, when we trade, we find ourselves thinking about all that we can do with our money, the money we're going to make, all the things we can buy, the travel, the freedom, the independence, all the things we can have. We imagine how great our life will be and how great we'll feel when this trade we are in is going to work. But we also look back into the past and think about the trades that went wrong, the losses we took and that hurt us, what we did or what we didn't do, because we don't want to repeat the same mistakes in the future. And that's how we start feeling all kinds of emotions, because we trade not what we see in front of us, but we trade our dreams and our fears. We are caught up in our thoughts, and that's how we make our decisions. And when we take a loss, we see all what we dream about getting away from us. So we get angry, disappointed, maybe ashamed. I don't have to tell you that I think you know it all too well. Anyone experience with that? Do you find yourself thinking about the past or the future while you are in front of your trading screens? It is a very common thing to do and very easy. Our mind is a master of escaping the now, just getting lost in time, in all that I want and all that I should. It's like a kite in the wind. And the more you dwell over the losses from yesterday or the trade that you should have taken but you didn't, the more you will be trying to compensate it with your trades you are taking today. And the way to bring yourself back to what you are actually doing is to get back to the present moment. The more you stay present while trading, the less emotions you will be experiencing. The less you will be thinking about what might or might not happen in the future because of the trade you're about to take, the more rational decisions you will be making. And there are many ways to make sure that you are in the now. Just watching the charts that are in front of you, present, alert, and focused. And I could probably fill an entire workshop just with that. But just to give you one example, the quickest and the most effective way to get back into now is to bring your attention to breathing, because breathing is what happens right now. And if you think this is some kind of fluff, just try it out. Take a deep breath and focus on how it travels through your nostrils, along your throat, and how it fills your lungs. Notice how your chest expands and compresses when you breathe out. See, where are your thoughts now? Focusing on your breath not only anchors your mind, but it also helps you release the stress. And that helps you feel more relaxed, of course, and broaden your vision so that you can see more opportunities and take better trading decisions. I mentioned before that our body is the best tool that we can use. So when you feel fear because the price is approaching your stop, or you feel the urge to get out of a trade that is in fact going in your direction, but you are afraid that it is going to turn around and go against you, this is the moment to use it. Just sit back, take a few deep breaths. It will change the way you look at what happens in front of you, I promise. And I teach more about that and other ways to stay in the now in my 12-week program, The Confident Trader. But now you have at least one way that you can use right away to make a difference in your trading. It is simple, almost too simple, but it works every time. It never fails. But don't take my word for it. Just try it out. Try it out for yourself next time. There are very simple answers to those 3 questions we had at the beginning. How to break out of the losing cycle? By aligning your beliefs with what you want to achieve. And this way, aligning what you do while trading with your intention to become a trader for a living. The second question, how to stop emotions from controlling you? By learning to use your body and mind so you are in control instead. And how to stay disciplined and follow your rules? By training yourself to direct your thoughts where you need them to be and not get distracted. That way, you can stay focused on the process and not the outcome. The steps are simple, and you can go through them in just 90 days, and you will see the results very quickly. Just like, for example, one of my students, Luke. Luke is an options trader, and when we started working together, he was trading already for 7 years. He worked all the time with a mentor that taught him a strategy, which was a very successful one, by the way, the strategy and the mentor. The strategy is successful as long as you follow it. And that's what Luke was struggling with. He simply could not stick to his plan. After we worked together, he went through all these 3 steps and was able to solve one of his biggest problems, that is holding on to a loser. He also now had the discipline to follow his trading plan, and he saw the results improving immediately. He journals his trades every day now, something he was never able to sustain. He also stopped taking random setups, and his accuracy ratio increased by 50%. Right now, we are working together to get him to his goal of 80% win rate. He's working towards pushing $1 million on a trade, and you can imagine that this requires discipline and accuracy. Luke finished his transformation process, The Confident Trader, recently, and now he's following the 3 months accountability track that you get absolutely for free after you finish the Confident Trader program. So the question is, are you ready to commit and put the work in? Are you ready to finally get out of the failing cycle and start making profit? To stop the daily climb up only to roll back down? And I know that it might be a little scary because It will be a new experience to see yourself following your rules and getting out of a losing trading time, taking the loss, not feeling the fear that you are so used to. But I promise you that there is a successful you on the other side, and you are just one decision away from it. And if you are committed and you already made a decision, you can start working on your own right now and you can go through the steps. Or we can do it together. Doing it on your own will work, assuming that you will do the effort. But we all know that doing the process like this, it's not an easy task, especially if you struggle with discipline, right? Otherwise, you would have done it a long time ago. So it might take you another few years, and assuming that you will still have your trading account by then, you might eventually get to where you want to be, or at least closer to it. But if you are ready to become who you say you aspire to be in a shorter time, let's say just a few months from today, I can help you with that. All you need to do is to schedule a strategy session with me. It's completely free. This is your shortcut to your success. Working on this together will get you what you want much quicker. Here is the link. And once you click on the link, you will get to my calendar where you can pick the date and the time that suits you the best. And we can hop on a call and get the ball rolling. But we do need to chat first. The reason why is because we need to get very clear about your commitment. And that's because I don't settle for just good. I go for the best results and I put a lot of effort into your success. And I need you to do the same if you want to succeed. Your success is my success, and I work with you on your goals as if they were my own. So if you are ready to stop the struggle, click on the link and pick the time so we can talk and get you on the right path as soon as possible. And if for some reason you feel now that you are not ready yet, just watch carefully what pops up in your head right now, because exactly that thing is keeping you stuck where you are. And you have a choice. You can keep believing that thought that you consider to be true, but it is not serving you. Or you can say no to it, because taking the leadership of your thoughts gives you control over the results you get. And I understand if you are skeptical about it all. How can you change something that lasted for years in some cases in just 90 days, right? And I can tell you that if you go through this process with me, in fact, you are going to see the change much faster than 90 days. You will see your habits that sabotage your trading right now transforming already after a few weeks into the process. Because it is not the change that takes time, it's the decision to change. For some, it takes years. Others never decide to look at the real problem and fix what's not working. So how long will you give it? How long can you still afford to wait? Because once you make the decision, we can hop on a call as soon as tomorrow. And if we decided this is a good fit, you can start the journey towards the life you want right away. In fact, you can be on your first coaching call as early as next week. How does that sound? And if you don't want to be like this guy anymore, and you want to start making progress in your trading anytime soon, schedule your call today with me and let's get you qualified. If you have any questions after this workshop, you can always reach out to me at launchyourlife@theheadcoach.com, and please connect with me on Facebook as well. I have a private group there called the Trading Hub where we can stay in touch. Let's get you where you want to be. It's just a step away. Remember, it all starts with your decision. And if not now, then when? And as one Zen master once said, the most important decision you will make in your life is the one you are making right now. Thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.